Welcome back to Family Life Builders TV, where we're rebuilding homes and transforming society. My name is Tosin Opeoluwa, and in this series, I am going to be talking about best advice for new husband. You need to check out best advice for new wife and best advice for new couple. Okay, let's dive into it. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you. If you're my subscriber, thank you. If you're here to subscribe, it's free. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with new husband that you know around you. Number one, know that now you are married. Like, seriously, now you are married. You can no longer act the way you used to act. Women are more organized, than you. You put things anywhere you like. So when they correct you, be willing to yield to the correction. Don't say, you know what, this is my house. Actually, I always tell people this. If you are married, if you're going to get married, make sure you get a new house, so that two of you are the ones doing the arrangement of the new house together, so that one person will not come and say, oh, this is where I used to put my things, this is where no, you can both say, this is where we want to keep these things, this is where we put this. Okay, oh, where did I put, oh, this is where we put this thing. It's very essential for you to do that. That will really save you lots of stress. That will help you, not to have unnecessary conversation about where I put this, where I put that. Very, very, very essential. Number two, understand your wife. There is no way you can dwell with a woman without understanding, because a woman will say, don't touch me, whereas she wants you to touch her. And if you try to touch her, she'll still be doing like this. So it's very essential that you understand your wife. So if she says, don't touch me, leave me alone, just lie down beside her and just stay there. And I think I've also talked to women to stop acting that way. You have to be able to learn to communicate. Okay, so understand her body, understand what turns her on, understand what she wants, understand where you can touch, understand her mood, understand, is she on her period? Why is she acting weird? Is her period coming? Really, really understand her. You need to also understand her need. When sometimes she's quiet, she's not making her hair, she's just tying scarf all around, she doesn't want to ask you for money, go ahead and give her money. Remember, before you took her from their house, her daddy used to take her to the salon. Her brother used to spoil her and take her to the salon. So make sure you understand her need, and if it's not clear, please ask. Okay, understand our expectation. Women have expectation before they got married to you. Women have a choice. As a matter of fact, you are not the one who chose that woman. She chose you. And that's why people propose, because you can propose and she will say no. And if she says no, it is no. So it's essential for you to understand her expectation. The reason why she said no, you need to start understanding that reason immediately you get into the marriage or before you get into the marriage. And remember, things change. So in marriage, you really need to start understanding that very expectation. Number three, be responsible. Being responsible is simply the ability to respond. It's that simple. If she needs something, rise up and do it. Don't be a cheap spoon. My mother calls a cheap spoon anumadaro. When a spoon is very cheap, you can easily throw it away, and nobody will look back, to find the spoon because it's cheap. But if you have a golden spoon or a silver spoon, you want to keep that spoon, you want to preserve it. Don't be a cheap spoon. If you're going out, let them know you are going out, and let them know where you are coming back. When you travel, let them know where you are, And another thing I want to talk about on being responsible is be accountable. Be accountable is an act of responsibility. When you are accountable for the money you took out in the morning, what did you do with the money? Where you go? What did you do with your time? It's very essential. Be wise in spending. It's very, very essential. And be generous to your wife. It's an example of being responsive. When she has a need, rise up to the need. Help her with her need. Help her with her parents, especially if she's not working. Help her if she's taking care of the house. Help her with things that she really needs you to help her with. Remember, a happy wife is a happy man. A happy man and a happy woman is a happy home with happy children. So it's very, very essential. Number four, you need to set boundaries. Everyone in the family, when you see a family who doesn't set boundaries, there's going to be problem in that family. I tell people every time, the reason why you always have quarrel with your spouse is simply is often because you didn't set boundaries. So they don't even know what you want and what you don't want. They don't know what you will take and what you will not take. They don't know the extent of what you will take and what you will not take. So when you set boundaries, it helps them to know when they are raising their voice, you're going to walk away into one room and sit down there quietly. You're not going to respond to them. So it's very essential for you to let them know this. It's going to help everyone in that relationship. Okay, so another thing to set boundaries for is your family. It's very essential. Your family cannot come. I remember when we got married, at the reception, one of my husband's uncle called us and said, Tolu, má fi ìyàwó ẹ lé àwọn ẹbí lọ́wọ́ o. What does that mean? They said he should not hand me over to the family. So there are, some of these culture that, people do that look like slavery, that we can easily hire people to do things. Then you make the women, the wives in your family to do those things. Their culture of, the olden days where we make women slaves, they are not okay. We need, we can do better and we need to do better. That man set the record straight from that day. So even till I, left the country, I don't go to any party and help them to wash plates. Not because of pride or anything, but it's simply because you can hire people, you can get people to get these things done. So if it can be done by other people, then that you can pay. So why use people, to do it? I mean, it's out of dignity and that's not okay. So the man really set the record straight from that time. So set the boundary for your siblings as well. Don't let them insult your wife. Don't let them beat your wife up. I see people do that. It's not okay. Set the boundaries. Even for your mother, set the boundaries. It's very essential. They can't just come around simply because your wife can't, give birth to a baby and then they keep insulting her. Set the boundary. For your friends too, set the boundary. If you are the type that club, set the boundary. Now you are married, stay at home. And if you have to go to club, go with your wife. Partying. If you have to go to that party, go with your wife. If you have to travel and it's not, and your wife is free, go with her. Go with her. It reduces the temptation of, falling into the hand of Delilah. You know that. Okay. And then games. You're going out for games. Take your wife along. Go together. And then those of you that play online games, you sit down several hours, you are playing game, you are killing the head of this one, breaking this one. You can't keep doing that. Seriously, your wife is right there sitting down next to you in that sexy dress. You can't look at her and then you're playing games with a friend online. That's not okay. You're not keeping that relationship. You're not doing well at all. Remember, it's a new home. It's a new marriage. Number 5, always compliment our efforts. One of the things that I see new bride do, what we do, I'm going to tell you. We want to please that man, so we try as much as possible to do everything, make the house clean, and then we are exhausted easily. And that is where anger comes from. Okay, so it's very essential for you to help her. Even if she doesn't ask for that help, ask her if you could help her. And I think I also mentioned it for women. Don't do a superwoman. If you need help, just ask. It's very simple. Somebody will help you. She will cook, she will clean, and then give you a good sex, Compliment her effort. Thank her for doing that. Number 6, make up your mind not to let her say things twice. That thing irritates women. We keep saying the same thing for you like a baby. Are you for real? Please don't let her keep saying things over and over again. Don't turn her to a witch. She's not a witch. When she says something the first time, please try and stand up and help her to do it. Don't let her have cause to stand up and do it by herself. You are breaking that bond. Remember, there's emotional tank that women have. So once you are disobeying, you're not helping, you're not doing anything, you are withdrawing from that emotional tank, and it will get to a point when it's exhausted. Forget it, you are in for it too. So please make sure that you are always filling that tank with doing all these things every time. When a woman is emotionally attached to you, she will do anything for you. So make sure that you do everything to keep that emotional bond together. The last but not the least on this, very particular story of the best advice for new husband is invest in your wellness. Avoid overeating. If you eat too much, you can become obese. When you are obese, your penis become tiny. Your wife won't enjoy you like you used to. You won't be able to do variety of styles again. You have to be picking and choosing. So it's not healthy for you. That's the truth. So make sure that you invest in your wellness. Your wife should cook for you, feed him very well. Make it. I remember when we got married, my husband is a very flat tummy somebody, and then he was eating. It's not as if he wasn't eating. He doesn't eat a lot. He has a variety of food that he likes, and he eats them virtually every day. So the one woman saw me and said, Sister Tosin, are you feeding Pastor Tolu at all? I said, I'm feeding him. What I'm eating is what he's eating. Maybe he even eats more than me. But he's not getting fat. He can't be fat. That's the truth. But if your husband has the tendency to be fat, make sure that you don't feed into the if you know that you have the tendency to be fat, make sure that you don't eat too much and become fat and start dealing with your health later in life. Remember, if you're obese, you have the tendency to be diabetic, you have the tendency to have high blood pressure, and high blood pressure can lead to heart attack and stroke and all that. You don't want to put yourself through those stress. So eat healthy, invest in lots of exercise as a man so that you can be fit. That so that when you carry her like this, put her on bed like this, you are ready for the show, and you are strong enough to take care of her and take care of the children and feed the family. All right, so that's all I have for you on this. If you have any question, feel free to drop the question in the comment section below, or you go email me, FamilyLifeBuildersTV@gmail.com. I'll be willing. I always answer people. I receive lots of your messages and I respond to them, and I'll keep responding to your messages, to your email, to your text, and yes, just feel free to drop your comment section below. Remember, I always say this: keep becoming a better you, because things work when we work it. Don't forget, go and watch that video on best advice for new couple, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.